hard work the key to success. Now, today we are going to talk about the process is better than the final result. Two things. The process is more important than the final result. And we'll start by finding out what the process is. In your understanding, in your opinion, what is the process? When we say a process, what does it mean? Yes?
The process is the amount of time and stages taken to do something.
Good. Especially the stages. It's important. When we are talking about the process, it's not something that takes place punctually, but something that takes time. We leave from this step, we go to the second step, we go to the third step, and we go to the final step. And the process can lead to many final results, especially two. What are the two possible results that we can have from a process? Yes? The two possible results that we can have, clap our please. The process is more important than the final result. She said the process stages that we undertake in order to arrive at something. The process that we undertake, the processes are the stages we undergo to arrive at something. And she says the final result the two possibilities that we have a final result are success and failure. Take note. It is still always very important to look at the process, whether it led to success or to failure. Okay? Always pay attention to the process, whether it led to success or to failure. And now, what is failure even? In reality, failure should be understood as delayed success. A step through which we have to learn something new. If I fail today, it means that it is telling me, look, pay more attention and next time you don't do the same thing. Okay? So, in reality, there is no failure except someone has chosen to be a failure. The process, therefore, I said, the process is more important than the final result. Most of the time, we pay attention to the final result. But it is the process that leads us to whatever final result that we have. The process is very important. We have to pay attention to the process. How did you go to reach where you are going? Most of the time, when your friend passes in an exam, you don't care about the mark that the person had. Find out how the person got to have the marks. Do you get what I'm saying? When you fail, ask yourself, how did I do? What did I do before I failed? What did I do before I failed? What did I not do before I failed? Pay attention to the process. When you pay attention to the process, it will be easy for you to correct. It will be easy for you to ameliorate what you have done. The process is more important than the final result. The final result is important. But without the process, there is no final result. And therefore, it's important to pay attention to the process, which will lead you to the final result. Is that clear? So this is what the very important message I want to give you today. Pay attention to the final result. When something happens to you, especially even when you fail something, you should not fail one thing 2 times. They should not give you the same question in class and you fail 2 times. No, it's not acceptable. Do you know what it says about you? It says that you are not taking anything serious. Mireille, what's the problem? I'm seeing people who want to sleep. If you want to sleep, you can take your bath, you can go outside and go. I'm not obliging you to be here. So I was saying that the process is more important than the final result. Because without the process, there is no final result. And what is the process? They are the stages that we take in order to realize something, to reach somewhere. In science, we will talk about the procedure in the scientific method, right? The procedure. You start from this one, we go to this one, we go to this one. And in life, everything that is done always has a procedure, a process. For young girls who cook, and even the boys, do you cook jollof rice in the same way as you cook yams? Do you cook it the same way? Each thing that you are cooking has its own steps. And when you respect the steps, when you respect the stages, when you respect the process, at that moment you reach at the result. If you don't respect the process, also you reach at a different result. A certain result which is a failure. But at the same time, as long as you have paid attention to the process, to the stages, to the steps, you will be able to correct what you did wrong, but you will also be able to ameliorate and make better what you did well. And your result will now depend on the process that you have followed. Okay? So the process is very important. We pay more attention to the process than to the final result. If I fail, I don't pay attention, I don't remain at the level of failure. I should be able to ask myself, what led me to the failure? What is the process that led me to the failure? If I succeed, I should be able to see, okay, what led me to the success? So that my success can be better, can be ameliorated. The same thing when we are seeing people who succeed in different things. We should not be interested by their success only, but especially by the process, the steps and the stages that they took to reach where they reached. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That way it will help you. That way, in general, in your life is going to be useful to you. In the last conference that we were talking about hard work as being the key to success, I gave you 2 proverbs or 2 sayings. Who can remember? There were 2. Who can remember? Yes? There is no sweet without sweat. Yes? The next one. Yes? There is no crown without a cross. So all these things, as we are doing, when you pay attention to them, you are going to see the fruits, and when you put it into practice. But if you don't want to listen, like some people are sleeping, okay. If you want to listen and you listen and try to apply it, it will bring you what it can bring. But all I have to do is to share with you what I know and what I think, my own experience, and the knowledge I have had in order to be able to reach where I have reached. The stages are used in order to advance bit by bit. Flavie, it is still 12:30. Are you sick? Oh, what's the problem? Go and wash your face. So today, the only thing that we have to retain is that we have to pay more attention to the process, not to the final result. The final result, yes, it's always there, it's a challenge. But it's important for us, bit by bit, to pay attention to the process. Tell me, what do you retain? Or what, any question? Is there any question again to clarify on this? Yes?
What is the difference? Is there any difference between a process and a procedure?
Well, the problem is just the term. They are very synonymous in meaning. The procedure and the process, very synonymous. Any other thing? Okay. If not, then we can go. Because I think that for today it's enough. And as I said, this procedure, this particular thing, the activity, will not take much time. I make it short so that we can pay attention and we can live with something. But as I said, there is no other way I can do it than to just share with you what I think. Now it's you to take it. It's you to try to put it into practice for your own life, to better your life. Is that okay? Yes. Thank you.